Calling Dr. Red Flag. Please report to the front desk. The doctor is ready to see you now.
Dr. Red Flag here with another message of how we can learn and grow together and pay attention and notice the red flags. Today's topic is when you're being chosen for what you have and not who you are. Not everyone who shows interest in you is interested in you. Sometimes they're interested in what comes with you. Stability, your lifestyle, your access, your money. But they don't lead with that. They lead with charm. They study you. They notice what you value, what you've built, how you move. They listen closely, not just to understand you, but to understand what you can provide. And then they position themselves. At first, it feels like admiration. You work so hard. I love how you handle things. You're so put together. And it sounds like support, appreciation, but underneath it, they're identifying your strength as resources. That's the shift most people miss because it doesn't feel like they're taking anything. It feels like they're lifting you up. They make themselves available. They show interest quickly. They invest just enough time and attention to make you feel like this is real. And once the connection is established, their requests begin. Not all at once, gradually. Small things first. Can you help me with this? I'm just going through a rough time. I don't usually ask, but. And because you care, you show up, you help, you give. But what you don't always realize is they're watching how far you'll go. Because psychologically, this kind of behavior is rooted in exploitation through attachment. They build just enough emotional connection to make it uncomfortable for you to say no. So now it's not just about money. It's about feeling responsible. Because once you've helped once, it becomes easier to ask again and again and again. But what's missing is reciprocity. They don't show up for you in the same way. They don't invest in your growth, your well-being, your stability. They take. And then they reinforce the connection just enough to keep you there. Compliments after you give, affection after you provide, attention when they need something. That's not love, that's conditioning. Because now your value in the relationship starts to feel tied to what you can do, not who you are. And over time, something shifts inside you. You start noticing the imbalance. You feel the weight of always being the one who gives. You question whether the connection is real, but you're already invested. And that's the trap. Because walking away now doesn't feel just like losing a person. It feels like losing what you've already put into them. Time, energy, resources. But here's the truth. A person who is genuinely interested in you doesn't need to benefit from you to stay. They don't build connection around what you provide. They build it around who you are. For both men and women, this kind of dynamic can be hard to see because it doesn't start as taking. It starts as appreciation. But appreciation doesn't come with expectation. It doesn't increase when you give and decrease when you don't. So how do you recognize it? Pay attention to patterns. Do they show up for you or just what you offer? Do they invest emotionally or only when it benefits them? Do you feel valued or used? Because someone who is only there for what you have will never be consistent when it comes to who you are. And once you see that clearly, you stop giving where there's no real connection. Well, gratitude for listening. And don't forget the message. Pay attention and notice the red flags. Dr. Red Flag signing off.